Welcome, everybody. John Zager, johnzager.com. How's everybody doing today? Good? Good. Clear day here on the eastern slope. No clouds. Last night it got cool. I don't know what happened there. This morning it's relatively cool. I didn't look at the temperature for today, probably somewhere in the 80s. But all in all, it's been, God, I slept last night. First time in a long time since it's been so hot. But been to the gym. Got in early, 6:30. Been out, had breakfast. That was great. Breakfast burrito, green chilies, and a bunch of stuff like that. It was delicious. And now I'm going to do my YouTube, my podcast, and another blog, and then go to the thrift stores. How about that? So anyway, that's my morning, how it looks. Been talking about just people in our lives and the advantages and disadvantages of that. And it actually is both ways. I mean, sometimes having people in your lives is not always the best of things. But kind of wanted to continue talking about relationships with people. Got a I don't know, I guess it was a birthday wish from a person down in Central America that I've known for quite a long time, and wished her a happy birthday, and found out she's been doing extremely well. And I knew her when she was in treatment, and I was partially involved in doing treatment at this place in Central America. It was a great job. Great job. Great guy that ran it. Here's the interesting part. He's since drifted away. He and I were good buds, and so it seemed, for a few years. And he came out of San Francisco, as did I, and we both were in the industry and trying to treat people. And, you know, we both made some mistakes, but nothing major. Absolutely nothing major. But for some reason, I have no idea where he is or what he's doing, or I don't even read about him anymore. That's kind of disturbing. It's kind of disturbing. And I have no idea what that's all about. And then here's a person that contacts me indirectly, but directly. And, you know, we just this morning had a exchange on Messenger, I guess it is, about just catching up with each other and how good it was to talk with each other again. And, you know, that's a good thing. I don't understand why some people fall off the planet. You have a relationship with them, a friendship with them. Maybe they're colleagues or something, I don't know. And for whatever reason, you're not in their circle of friends anymore. I'm aware of everybody I've ever known, and I'm aware that not everybody's perfect. And a lot of my friends, you know, all have made mistakes. It's okay. It's all right. But I never judged anybody. I never thought it was a deal that, a situation that would kill the deal. I never saw any reason to not continue to be friends or colleagues or whatever it happens to be. I mean, I didn't care. I mean, people are human, right? Nobody that I know, including myself, have ever made dastardly deeds that are irreplaceable and deal killers for friendships. But evidently, there's people from my past who are people that live in glass houses that decided to throw stones, and they haven't been friends with me on their part. You know, they have distanced themselves from me. I mean, I have no reason to distance from them. I mean, but that's what it feels like. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Now, the thing that I've learned over the years is that, you know, when people do that, it's probably in your best interest to just let them go. You know, whatever they're up to and whatever their rationale happens to be is not for the greater good. And maybe those kinds of people have thrown one too many stones, I guess. But it still makes me feel bad. It still makes me feel bad. I, I, I guess I did a YouTube on it yesterday and a couple blogs, and I do not understand people that work under assumptions. Here's clinical psychology. Here's my years in clinical psychology, and you know what I've seen and heard and been taught. If you go to somebody and say, "Did you know Joe Smith killed a guy down in Austin 10 years ago?" No. That statement can never, ever be erased from memory. Now, did Joe Smith kill somebody down in Austin? No. You know, but there's people who run around and they evidently get some pleasure in making up stories of that nature to discredit another individual. I believe that happens. I believe that happens all the time, every single day. It's a tragedy. It's too bad. My YouTube yesterday and blogs the past few days have been about misinformation, a lack of information, and not asking questions. There's a lot of stuff out on the internet. I'm just making this up based on my experience about everybody. Most all of it is just a lot of whatnot stuff. You know, this guy wrote those books and works here, lives there, married, not married, I don't know, whatever it happens to be. But there's a lot of information out there, especially on the internet, World Wide Web, and it's not even accurate. I don't know where it comes from. You know, there's, if you look up certain things that you're wanting to research, there's a lot of information about that topic, right? Not even true. But for whatever reason, people take it as factual and true. But when you start doing that with people, you're destroying characters. What if the stuff you're reading or whatever, it's not factual? What if? What do you do with that? If I read something about Joe Smith, I'm not going to formulate an opinion on Joe Smith until I talk to Joe Smith. Joe Smith, come over here and sit down. It says right here, let me show it to you, that you killed a guy down in Austin. Is that true? No. Okay. So get yourself out of this one. Tell me why it's not true. Tell me why this information is written over here. You know, I would start asking questions if I cared enough about that person. Here's another one that happens is that you or whoever, Joe Smith, has a relationship, is related to, is connected to another person that you don't like. Wow. And for that reason, you're willing to distance from that person and make statements that can destroy that person's character. What's that about? What is that about? So, not everybody's a Christian. I understand that. Everybody has their own belief systems, and I respect that. But isn't there kind of a law of the universe that we don't ostracize people for unreliable reasons in order to get back or destroy their character? Isn't there a law of the universe somewhere? I mean, there's 24 laws, right? I don't know. So, if anybody has a comment, here's an interesting statement, and then I'll be done. And I do this periodically, but more often recently. I try to get people to give me a comment. I am sure what I just talked about, there are a lot of people out there who had it happen to them and who did it to other people. I think that's a fair statement. And I would like to have your comment about what you think about what I just talked about. I'd like to have your comment. I'd like to know if you've done that to another person, or if somebody else has done that to you, or if neither one is true, what do you think about that kind of behavior? Are you willing to give up a friendship, a colleague, a family member, or whatever, based on hearsay without going out and doing your research and asking questions and blah, blah, blah? I want to know. I want to know that. What I do is research, right? What I do is clinical psychology, and I want to know why people do what they do. It bothers me enough to do this little YouTube video. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about that anymore, and leave me a comment. Lastly, I guess, you know, I'm always looking for new coaching clients. Boy, there's so many things, you know, that go on in life that we need coaches for. I've always As long as I can remember in sports or whatever I do, I've always gone out and gotten myself a coach. And it's always, always paid off. Consultation, I do consultation as well. And if people just have questions they want to ask or get consultation on, just contact me. I'm easy to find. I also love doing not big workshops, but smaller workshops like a Saturday or something. Because it's a great laboratory to find out how people function. And people get a chance to interact with one another and get some of their questions answered as well. And I'm not adverse to doing speaking engagements to smaller groups. I'm not a great guy in talking in front of large groups, but I don't have any problem talking about things that I know very well. And I feel very comfortable in smaller groups. So anyway, keep that stuff in mind, and God bless everybody. Take care of one another, and I look forward to talking to y'all again real soon. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.